allergens!
Hey everybody, welcome to Allergies Bites.
But tastes good!
We're doing carnivore, and
Yeah.
we're doing bacon pudding cheesecake.
Is it a pudding or a cheesecake?
Yes. And I have been working like crazy on this thing.
Yeah?
We have like cheesecake in the freezer for like, it should last a while.
Yep.
So it's a surprise because you weren't going to get this today. But
Oh.
you did.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a longer video, so come on in, let's get it started.
Awesome.
Okay, we've got a 9-inch round springform pan. I put parchment paper in the bottom, sealed it down, and I just cut off the edges. I'm going to take a little bit, just a very little bit, of bacon grease and just smear it down a bit. Does this work? I don't know. But I've been doing it, and so far it seems to have worked. So doing that, I'll set this aside. We have half a cup of cheese crumbs. So we'll put that in a bowl. And we have 1 ounce of...
Powdered beets?
No. This is like beef bacon.
Okay.
Like beef bacon bits or whatever it's called.
Bacon bits?
Bacon, yeah, like, I guess bacon bits. I just made this myself, and I took the fat off. So we ate the fat and chopped up the bacon. So we're just going to mix this together. We're going to take off 1/8 of a cup and save that for later.
And how much do you have in there?
It's half a cup of cheese crumbs and 1 ounce of bacon.
Okay.
I did that.
I wasn't listening.
I know. So what we're going to do is this is going to be our crust. Weird, I know, but you know what? It works.
It's a multicolored crust.
It's really pretty. This is cheddar, I believe, that I used for this one. But if you want to use a different crust, a different cheese to make the crumbs with, go for it. And it doesn't, it moves. So what you want to do, it won't like pat down.
Yeah?
So you're just having it so that you've got it
As a thin layer over top.
covering the bottom. I kept thinking there's got to be some way to make a crust. And this works. I know people use the pork rinds or whatever, but we don't do pork, so I had to come up with a different idea. And since this is like a bacon cheesecake, this doesn't hurt. Kind of helps the whole idea. We're going to make sure this is all smoothed out so we don't have big chunks of crust in different places. There will be places, I don't know if you can see it, but it doesn't totally cover, but that's fine.
Okay.
This is totally fine just the way it is. Okay, so we're going to put this aside. Don't jiggle it. Don't. Just pick it up and move it carefully. We have 3 blocks of cream cheese. It's 250 grams a block. 250 grams is 1 cup.
Okay.
So it's
3 cups?
3 cups of cream cheese. And we're going to put it in our bowl.
Okay.
So I've got 3 blocks in here. We're going to mix it. In the past I've made cheesecakes and I've used less because I was trying to
Limit the amount of cream cheese you use?
yeah, and trying to adhere to what the standards were that I was hearing at the time of
Carnivore.
using dairy, right, of carnivore. Well, I've been informed. And so I thought, you know what, forget it. This is what I'm going to do now.
What? Informed about what?
That I have no idea what I'm doing. So that's okay. So I learned. So let's do this. We're going to mix this up with our blender.
I thought you were going to say that dairy is no longer carnivore.
Oh, no. Yeah, we're not getting into that conversation. Okay, I'm just going to scrape it down. This cream cheese is room temperature.
Okay.
So, as well as all the rest of the ingredients I'm using are room temperature as well.
And that makes it easier, eh?
Well, that's what they say. I also have the oven on. Look, I'm not an expert at cheesecakes, although we've had a lot of them lately. I'm just doing the best I can. But this is so good. I've got the oven put on at 325 and it's preheating, and this won't take much longer. Gonna beat it up a little bit more. Okay. I like this because it's got this guard.
Yeah.
Some of the times I had cream cheese flying all over the place.
Some of the few uses Tupperware has.
Okay, now this is the bacon pudding. Okay, now this is the bacon. Okay, now this is the bacon.
What is this?
Okay, now this is the bacon pudding.
It's pudding?
It's be quiet.
Are you baking pudding?
And we're gonna put in 1.5 cups. And then
Check out the video for this recipe here.
So we have the pudding in here.
With the
and
cream cheese?
With the cream cheese. And we're gonna add 3/8 of a cup of heavy cream.
Or whipped cream?
Well,
If you live in Canada?
if you live in Canada, yeah. So 3/8 of that, and we're gonna put the mixer back on and mix it up. Okay, we just mixed it. I'm not putting it on high. I'm just mixing it on a medium speed.
Because you don't want it flying everywhere?
Well, you don't want it over mixing either. And I've heard that like if you over mix, then the top breaks. Well, my tops are always breaking, so whatever.
Maybe this is your new muffins.
Yeah, they tormented me all the way through high school. I couldn't make a muffin to save my life. Then we're gonna add 5 eggs, one at a time. And then I'm gonna scrape it down one more time. We don't want any cheese lumps.
Well, you know, it's a cheesecake, not a cheese lump cake.
It tastes good even if it is a cheese lump cake. So once you have the pudding made, it really is a fast cheesecake to make.
Which pudding?
The bacon pudding. And it is actually, it has a nice bacon taste to it as well.
It does.
Okay, it's done. We have some tin foil, and we're gonna wrap our pan. Careful not to tilt it. Like you could do this beforehand, but
We didn't think of it till now.
well, I wanted to show that without this distraction.
Haven't played with foil in a long time.
Oh man, yeah, we don't use foil. But we did see that it made a huge difference to do a water bath. I hate water bath things.
You hate baths?
No, I just hate water baths.
Oh. Is there a different type of bath that's better?
Okay, so to squeeze it around. It does make a difference, but you don't have to do it.
Yeah.
It'll still turn out. It won't turn out as pretty, but it'll still turn out. So now putting this in, be really careful not to move your crust around. If you have to spoon it in, you can. This pours pretty good. It doesn't shift things.
Who doesn't want an unattractive cheesecake? Who wants a...
Put whipped cream on it, you'll never know the difference. Okay, so I've got a pan. It's the roaster. We're gonna put this in there, and we're gonna fill it with 1 inch of boiled water. The water's still hot. Just fill this up.
Well, we can see it's hot.
And I guess it bakes better because cheesecakes like a steam bath, is what I read. So, okay, we'll give them a steam bath.
Keeping it hydrated, too.
Absolutely. So, we're going to put it in the oven, and we'll see you when we get back. Okay, it's been in the oven for 1 hour and 5 minutes at 325. We shut the oven off, and now we're going to leave the door just slightly open for another hour. And then we'll be back for the next stage.
It's great to do this in winter. Warm
Yeah.
up the house.
Seriously, stage by stage by stage, but this thing. Okay, so we've done 1 hour in the oven with the door open and the oven off.
Yep.
And now we're going to take it out of the water bath. And now we're going to let it sit for an hour on the counter.
Without the,
Without the water bath, without the water. We're gonna let it cool some more. Now we're gonna, ooh, look at my rack. And now we're gonna leave it sit here for an hour. Like I said, this is a long process,
Yep.
but it's worth it. So we'll see you back in an hour. Okay, so we've had it resting on the counter for an hour, and now we're gonna stick it in the fridge. I want to open this sucker up. I want to cut it up. I have.
You're impatient.
Yes, I have issues with having to wait and do layers of things.
This is your only issue?
This is my only issue. Yeah. So it's just about 7 o'clock at night. We're gonna stick it in the fridge and we'll see you in the morning. Good morning. We are back with our cheesecake.
Yep.
Yeah, we got a hole, but life is life.
A hole?
So we're just gonna take
cheesecake.
just gonna take a knife and go around
The edge?
the edge because we don't have a crust that goes all the way to the top, right? And then we'll open the pan up. And then we're gonna flip it. Take a plate.
Oh, we're making an upside down cake?
No, we're just removing. There, check that out. There is some condensation on the bottom. But once you flip that, it's fine.
Oh,
that
it's
looks
a
cool,
sweaty
doesn't
cake.
it? That looks cool, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, now I'll put it back. And that's your crust. Bottom. There's your top. We're gonna mark this. I'm not gonna cut it just yet. But we're gonna mark it for how many pieces we want.
Making 2 pieces?
You wish. So, okay, that's 4, so we give each one, make this into 3. How's that sound?
Okay.
You're happy with that?
Sure.
Or do we make each one into 4?
Just make a 4-piece? Just cut into 4 pieces? You're drawing it? Now we quarter it?
So what I'm doing actually, what I want to do is I just want to mark it because I want to decorate it. I don't want it totally cut yet. Now I have some laughing cream in the bag. That's
Seems pretty happy.
cream cheese and whipped cream, heavy cream put together. We have a video of that. And now we're just gonna, and if you don't pipe,
Yeah?
easiest thing to do is just put little blobs down
Ooh.
with a spoon.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Blobbing a cake.
Absolutely. Okay, so I have that 1/8 of a cup of cheese and bacon crumbs, crumbs that I saved from yesterday. And we're just gonna decorate the cake with it. Okay, now we're all decorated. Now we're gonna cut it. Now, I've read different things about cutting cheesecakes as well. Hot tap water in a glass with your knife in there to heat up the knife makes it easier and it's supposed to not stick as much. Start cutting from the end,
Yeah?
the outside, and cut through to the middle.
And all the way to the other end?
Yeah,
Okay.
this is what I've been told, or what I read. You will get some come off, clean that off,
And then keep going?
soak it again and wipe it. You want your knife to stay warm, is what they say.
Okay.
And then we'll cut another piece. Cut one piece. Well, the middle one wasn't a great idea apparently, but it sure looked nice in the first pictures.
Yeah.
Okay, and we'll take
Moment of truth.
Moment of truth. Take our piece of cheesecake. And there you go. What do you think of that?
Looks good.
Pretty nice, eh? And the
Yeah.
crust actually really helps take the cheese, like for you to take the cheesecake out. I've made so many of them without crusts,
And they stick, eh?
and it's hard to get that first piece out. That first piece is always ripping and shredding. After this, I really like this crust, but I don't know if it'll go with just a plain cheesecake or not. But this is the plan right now, so I hope you enjoy this cheesecake. It is amazing, nice bacon flavor, and we'll see you next week. Bye!